In this video, I'd like to talk about finding the solutions of inequalities. And specifically, we're going to take an algebraic approach, meaning that we're going to look at the equation and essentially just plug in numbers to see if we get something that's true. So we have this inequality that 6x minus y is bigger than 3. And eventually you want to get comfortable with being able to graph this and get a picture of it. But for now, we're just concerned with the equation. And we wonder, is this point 1 comma 2 actually a solution of this inequality? So there are going to be infinite solutions to these inequalities, and we need to determine if our point is part of that. So we have the point 1 comma 2, and all we're going to do is essentially just plug in for x and y and see if we get something that makes sense. So in this case, we know that x is 1 and y is 2. So let's substitute. We have 6 times 1 minus y, which is 2. And we're going to see, is this bigger than 3? So 6 times 1 is 6, minus 2 is 4. And it's true, 4 is bigger than 3. So if you get something that's true, this point 1 comma 2 is actually a part of this inequality. It's part of the set of points, and again, there's an infinite amount of them, that actually satisfy this inequality. So the answer to this is yes. And let's keep going. And once you get the hang of these, they're fairly straightforward and often relatively quick. So with this one, we have that y is bigger than minus 6x minus 1. And we have this point minus 4 comma minus 4. And we want to see, is that part of this inequality? So we have that x is minus 4, but y is also minus 4. So let's just plug these in. Minus 4 for y. Bigger than minus 6 times minus 4, and then we'll subtract 1. So is it true that minus 4 is bigger than, this is 24 minus 1, or we get that minus 4 is bigger than 23? Now, hopefully it's obvious that this is not true. The opposite is true. 23 is bigger than every negative number. So a negative number is never going to be bigger than a positive number. So this is not true, and since we got something that didn't make any sense, this point is not one of the infinite points that actually satisfies this. So this answer would be no. And let's continue. So now we have the equation, or the inequality, y is less than 4x minus 2, and we're plugging in the point 3 comma 4. So in this case, x is 3, y is 4. So we're replacing them now. So y is 4 less than 4 times x, but that's 3 minus 2. So 4 is less than 12 minus 2, and simplifying, we get that 4 is less than 10. But this is true. 4 is always going to be less than 10, so that means that this point here is a part of the solution set to this inequality. So yes would be our answer. And let's do one final question. We again have that y is less than 7x plus 8. We have this inequality, and it's going to go through the point minus 2 comma minus 6. So x is minus 2, y is minus 6. We're going to plug those in. So y is negative 6 now. And this is less than 7 times minus 2 plus 8. So we have that minus 6 is less than, this is minus 14 plus 8. And when you add 8 to negative 14, you get negative 6. So is it true that minus 6 is less than minus 6? Well, something can't be less than itself. So these are equal rather than one being bigger than the other. So this does not make sense, which means that this point is not a solution. So the answer in this case is no.